Gary must be delighted against a side that was unbeaten away from home and only one loss in 13 prior to the start of the game.
Yeah, we knew it was going to be a really tough test. So organised, some top players at the top end of the pitch. We know they're strong at the back. It's going to be a really tough game. It's going to be a tough week when we plan our weeks, and we knew the Tuesday, Saturday was going to be really demanding. We've had Bromley, Boreham Wood and York. Bromley took a lot out of us. We went to York and we performed really well for 40 minutes. And I know it's not long enough in games, but away from home we controlled the game for 40, 50 minutes. And now it looks like a good point. But Boreham Wood, they'll come again. You can see why they don't get beat very often. Very strong team, good manager who's got them really drilled. And we're more than pleased, especially with the clean sheet as well.
What did your side do to win the game today?
First and foremost, they worked the socks off. They kept two up front and they were really brave with it, Boreham Wood. So our two lads at the back had to be strong, big, and to be fair, they looked after them. For me, Marsh is one of the top strikers in the division, and he didn't really have much of a sniff today. So testament to our two lads who have a little bit of stick with, because we concede goals, but we concede as a team. We concede when we're going forward in transition, nothing to do with the centre halves. They were brilliant today, so pat on the back for them. But listen, they work hard, the lads. We knew that, to be fair, Boreham Wood were really brave and he stayed high, and we knew we could get our 2-10s the ball behind their press. And it was Cooper and Dobra today, and I thought we got them in good areas on the pitch, and we knew once we get in them areas we can hurt them, and we did today.
Could you have been a bit more clinical in the first half maybe?
Yes, definitely. We got into the areas where we worked to get, and we got in them areas and we just never really punished them, which would have been nice, but we can't complain too much as coaches and managers, because we're getting in them areas. Once you get in them areas, that's the player's personality, and that's a decision what no coach can make. So we got in the areas, we got them in the areas. We done great getting in there. We just never really killed them. We never really stuck it into them. So that's where you come to set plays and stuff, and they're huge in the game, and it's nice that Kingy and DJ both to score.
Yeah, Aldacre then popping up with a free kick like that. I mean, that's not something we've seen this season.
No, well, it shows the quality of Jeff, and you see them prepare, you see them practicing it in training, and DJ's so technically gifted. He's a terrific player, and to move Jeff King off the ball, he's a brave man, isn't he? So to move him over and put in the top stanchion, wasn't it? Are they still stanchions? Or the top corner? It's terrific to see, and really confident by him, by the way, and he's technically great, so nice to see.
George Cooper got his first start today, and I know he showed in areas what he's good at, didn't he? Getting into pockets where there was nobody marking him.
Well, that's where we felt the space would be today. We wanted to attack them spaces, and we knew we've got two lads. We might have struggled for a little bit more penetration, but we had two lads who could get in the pockets and receive it in them areas, and I thought we'd done that well. I thought he'd done really well. He's been out for a long time, George. He had a bad time at Plymouth with injuries, and we knew it'd be a slow burner. We knew we'd have to be patient with him, and the team wins, and it struggled to get in a little bit, but coming today, he done terrific. He didn't look out of place. He got into the pockets where we wanted to, and fair play, he'd be a bit stiff tomorrow, but fair play to him, he done great.
How vital is the home form going to be, because victories over Wrexham, Bromley and now Boreham Wood sides are expected to be up there? You know, that's really a marker, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Listen, I feel every game's tough. I feel Gateshead will be just as tough as Boreham Wood. I've seen Gateshead quite a bit now. I think they're a really top team, Gateshead, with a small squad, but they're a top team. But listen, it's tough. All games are tough. We go to Yeovil, who they haven't really won since us, and they give us a terrible time there. It's like whatever team you play, they seem to raise the game, and you watch them the game after. Like York got beat 2-0 at home today. York would absolutely run like madmen on Tuesday night, so we understand that. We're a big club in the division, and it's always going to be a tough game. We don't get no one rolling over, and like them today, that was a really good win today, because they're a good team.
No Kwasi Asante today. What's the prognosis there?
Not fit. He's had trouble all season. Just he's in for a week and then he's out. He just can't get going, the big man. So we just give him a bit of time to get going, get his body right. I'm not too sure on the injury. I think it's a accumulation of a couple of stiff areas, and you got to be careful. He's 30, 31. He's got to get his body right, because he needs to be on the pitch. He's a big player for us, and he's got to do everything he can off the pitch to get his body right, because you can see how hard our lads work, and if you can't put that work rate in, we check the data every day. If you can't get to them numbers, you can't play for us. That's a fact. our lads work the socks off day in, day out. And you see Versace comes out, you see our 2 flair players, Cooper, Dobra, Mandeville drops down into an 8, the work rate. That's the minimum we require. And to do that, your body's got to be right, and hopefully Quads can get to that.
Yeah, pleased to see Jack Clark back though as well. I know he didn't come on today, but he was on the bench, wasn't he?
Yeah, no, Jack's the same. He's had a tough time with injuries, and it's like that with a couple of players we've got. The history isn't too great with injuries, and we just got to get them right. As I say, Jack Clark again, in that formation we played today, Jack Clark's perfect. So you've got to get right. We get him fit, we keep ticking the boxes for him in training, and then he's got to stay on the pitch. That's the first and foremost. He's a good player, but he's not a good player when he's not standing on that pitch. So just got to get him right. Same with Quaz. Hopefully we get them right soon.